Discipline is a form of self-love. Why is it a form of self-love? Because you're doing something that you don't necessarily want to do in that moment, but you know 100% that it's going to pay off. I know that there's so many things in our lives that we're oh, like if only I had more discipline in my life, like I would look like this, or I would be smart like this person, or I would have so many things put together in my life if only I had more discipline. Now, discipline is something that you actually if you can master it, you can do almost anything with it because discipline has a lot to do with your mindset and your mental. So when you master discipline, you're on the trajectory for greatness. Now, when you look at discipline, like, okay, this is something that I have to do versus this is just a part of my routine. This is just something I do. When it's already like encrypted into your routine, it doesn't feel like discipline. It's actually just like another thing you do. It's another part of my day because it's already in my routine. Now, something I've learned about like short-term gratification is that it sucks. It sucks. I don't like short-term gratification. It never fulfills me, and I think like a lot of people use that and use their vices as like a form of this short-term um energy that I don't understand because it's like only charging your phone to like 5% and it's going to just keep dying versus if it's charged at 100%, it's not going to die for a while unless you stop charging it. So short-term gratification sucks because there's no longevity to it. It's just like one you never know when it's just going to like and it's done. Like you just don't know. Now like an example of this, like say I go to the store and I buy a shirt from Forever 21. That shirt's gonna pill within like 3 wears versus if I buy a shirt from Aritzia, it's more expensive, but it's gonna last me longer. So I'd rather invest into something that is going to last me and give me that longevity versus something's just like, oh, this is cheap and whatever, that it's not gonna last that long. Like, what's the point of doing that? Why don't you invest more energy into this long term goal? And even though you're not gonna like it in the moment, you're gonna love the results. And that's something that you have to remind yourself, like, even though you don't wanna do it right now, it's about the results. It's not about right now, it's about the results, and you will get there with discipline. You have to identify as someone that is disciplined. Um, because if you're not, then it's like you're a lazy person. You identify as a lazy person that doesn't set goals, that, just kind of is existing. When you have discipline and you have your goals right, you have a sense of direction, a clear direction, and you also have a sense of purpose, which is a lack of purpose. It leads to depression. I've talked about this in one of my first videos is that if you don't have a purpose, you are lost in life. But if you have purpose, you have goals. You're on the right path. You have a trajectory that is going again back to greatness because that's what we are striving for. The first step to discipline is setting goals. Okay, now we have to get these goals clear. We have to know where we're going. You want to define what you want to achieve and break it down into smaller chunks. So you're not looking at it, you're not overwhelmed, you're not like, oh my gosh, like, how am I supposed to do all this? No, we're doing manageable goals because every step forward is a step forward. It doesn't matter how small it is, it's a step forward in the right direction. So, the next thing we're going to have to do is to create a routine. And we need to make sure we have time for work, time for exercise, time for personal self care, whatever you want. You need to have a routine that has time for everything. So it's not like, oh, I didn't have time to hit the gym today, or oh, like I didn't have time to do all my work today. No, when you create a great routine, you have time for everything because you are limiting your time slots and you're on it. You're on it. The next step is eliminating distractions. This means there might be people in your life that are distracting you. Social media, TV, whatever it is in your life that's distracting you, you have to eliminate it. Get rid of it. These little distractions are postponing your greatness. We don't want that. We don't want that. And you have to let go of things in order to energetically attract what you want and what you need. I found that in my own life, when I got baptized, I was living a completely different life before that. And I had to literally 180 and stop doing so many different things, which was hard. But because I'm a disciplined person, I was more than capable of leaving things behind because I knew that I didn't no longer wanted to align myself with that reality. And I stepped into a new version of myself, which is such a great feeling. But because I am disciplined, I was able to let go of the old life, let go of old distractions, and I had to isolate myself. Sometimes you have to isolate yourself in order to achieve your goals and to create this life of discipline. Ooh, yeah, this is a good one. Practicing self-control. Mhm. This one is so hard because there's temptations all around us. There are temptations everywhere pulling you in each which whatever direction, and it's so hard because you're like, but ice cream, but like, chicken sandwich, you know. I don't know why ice cream and chicken sandwich came up, but there's so many distractions everywhere. Oh, there's a cute guy here. Oh, there's this and that. Oh, this man has a mustache. There's distractions everywhere. There's a clown juggling in the middle of the road on the highway. There's distractions everywhere, but you have to keep yourself grounded and remind yourself why you started, why you want it, why you want this routine, and let that be your driving force because once you have your goal in your mind, that is crystal clear. You are set. You are like, no, this is what I want. I'm not going to eat the ice cream. I'm not going to eat the fried chicken. I'm not going to, get distracted by this clown in the middle of the road. Um, I'm just going to keep going forward and I'm going to keep my eye on the prize. Also, like, you have to say no to things that do not align with your goals. You have to say no. And that's okay. You're not selfish for saying no. You're not a bad person because your friend wants you to go out. Like, you're not. You can say no. Saying no is also a form of self love because, right, we are keeping track of our goals. We're staying on track. Now, motivation, right? We're setting for every goal that we achieve. We reward ourselves. We get a massage or we go buy ourselves a nice shirt. I don't know what it is. Feeds your I don't know what feeds you, but whatever does feed you, go and get it. Reward yourself, but don't overindulge. There's a big difference between like, oh, I was great today. I did a whole workout. Now I'm going to go eat whatever I want. No, but treat yourself something small, but don't overdo it because you overdoing it is almost similar to you getting that short-term gratification where like, all right, well, I did this, so now I can do this. No, you guys still gotta balance. You still gotta balance and just like a little bit. Because once you get to the end goal, then you can mess around. But it's it's like you gotta stay for now, you gotta stay focused. Cause now we're in boot camp. We're in boot camp right now. You gotta stay focused. And also you have to learn from your setbacks. Setbacks suck. And as much as we don't want to believe that they don't happen to everybody, they do. They're natural. Whenever you try and do something for the first time, you're going to have setbacks. It is completely natural. You're going to create a routine and then one day you're not going to do it. And then you're going to keep not doing it. Then you're going to realize, like, oh my gosh, like, no, I created this routine so I could be in alignment with my goals and what I want in my life and then you get back on track. It's going to happen. There's going to be mishaps. There's going to be things you might have to do that morning where you have to squeeze it in or you have to substitute this for that. That's okay. Just acknowledge that and try your hardest and try your best to really keep that routine going because that's what's going to get you to your end goal. Keeping track of progress. This is so important. I guess I'll just use the gym because that's the easiest thing for me to relate to. Um, I look in the mirror sometimes and I'm like, I don't see it. Like People like compliment my physique, but I don't see how I'm much different than a few months ago. And then I really look at the pictures and then I get my BMI done. I'm like, oh my gosh, I did that. Like, I really did that. And sometimes you have to remind yourself, like, you're only human. You're not always going to see your progress, but sometimes that's what makes you great. Because not seeing your progress right away is going to make you go harder. Because you're like, oh, well, this isn't working. Let me go harder. Let me do 20 minutes of cardio instead of 5 minutes, because obviously 5 minutes isn't working, and it builds this momentum, and once you have momentum, and the ball's going to keep rolling. Now, when the desire to become the highest version of yourself outweighs the desire for cheap pleasures, that's when you're like, no, I'm not going to eat that chocolate cake. No, I'm not going to hang out with this person. No, I'm not going to do all these things, because I know whenever I do these things, it drives me away. It pulls me back. Like, no, you have to acknowledge all these little things. And once you have this down packed, you're ready for success. You are ready. You are there. Your mindset, your body, spiritually, you are there. But you have to stick to that routine of, okay, I'm getting this done and I'm going to say no to you today. I'll say no to you tomorrow. And sometimes, like, don't be sorry for that, because this is for you. Like, this is all in alignment to become the best version of yourself, and discipline is a great way of doing that. And for me, discipline started in the gym, and from that I've learned how to apply that to different areas of my life. And it's hard, but just you have to have the willpower and you have to be in control of your mind. So please apply discipline to your life. It's only going to align you with your purpose, and it's only going to make you a better person. This is episode 4, I think. 4? Yeah, we on episode 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next time you guys see me, I will be in a different spot. I might not have any furniture, but I may have plants surrounded by me, so it'll still be fun and cute. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Have a beautiful, blessed day as always. Bye.